Hello, my name is Natalie Chien, and today my final project will be examining how children's temperament and personality relate to the development of theory of mind, and how early attachment and parenting styles shape these relationships in early childhood. To begin our investigation, it's important to establish the connection between temperament, parenting styles, attachment, and theory of mind outcomes. According to our course material, and Callaghan et al. 2005, theory of mind is the capacity to recognize that others have their own mental states, beliefs, desires, emotions, and intentions, and that these states can differ from reality and from one's own perspective. In early childhood, this ability is typically assessed with false belief tasks, in which a child must predict how someone will act based on a belief that is untrue. In the Callaghan 2005 study, across 5 diverse cultures, children began to pass these tasks around the age of 5, indicating a universal developmental milestone for theory of mind cognition. Children's emerging ability to understand that others have beliefs, desires, and emotions is closely tied to the way their temperament and personality unfold. Longitudinal work from Giovanni et al. 2020 shows that mothers' early mind-minded talk, which is appropriate comments about an infant's desires, emotions, or cognitions, predicts more sophisticated symbolic play from ages 12 to 18 months. And that richer symbolic play in turn forecasts earlier false belief understanding, which is a core theory of mind milestone. Giovanni's findings suggest that when caregivers attune to a child's internal states, they can scaffold the child's representational skills that underlie theory of mind abilities. Temperamental traits also shape theory of mind development. In Walsh's 2023 study, negative affectivity and low effortful control were linked to poor parent-child relationship quality and reduced opportunities for collaborative mental state talk, which can impede theory of mind growth. Conversely, in a 2018 study by Andrea Glenn, children with easy temperaments who received high parental sensitivity showed more advanced theory of mind related competencies, whereas the same temperament under harsher parenting styles predicted defects and higher callous unemotional traits, behaviors associated with impaired mental state reasoning. According to the Walsh et al. 2023 study, attachment style also matters. When examined alone, parental attachment anxiety predicts poor parent-child relationship quality. But once child temperament, negative affect, affiliativeness is entered, temperament uniquely accounts for the variance, indicating that child-level reactivity often outweighs parent-level attachment in shaping relational outcomes. The goodness of fit model, discussed in the Walsh paper, was developed by Chess and Thomas in 1991, and further emphasized that the match between a child's temperamental reactivity and the parent's parenting practices determines the quality of the emerging relationship, and by extension, affects their personality development. Parenting style also shapes personality indirectly, as discussed in Liu et al.'s 2020 study. High maternal neuroticism leads to more authoritative parenting, which in turn lowers a child's originality in creativity tasks, showing how parental personality can be transmitted through caregiving. These findings suggest that while temperament provides a developmental foundation, caregiving environments, such as parenting style and attachment, can shape how personality trajectories translate into theory of mind outcomes. Baumrein's 4 personal parenting styles are authoritative, permissive, neglectful, and authoritarian. Authoritative parents are high in responsiveness, sensitivity, and warmth, promoting secure attachment. Permissive parenting are high in warmth, however they're low in demands, which can lead to insecure attachment. Neglectful parenting has low responsiveness, low sensitivity, and low warmth, and gives the child high risk for insecure attachment. Authoritarian parenting has low warmth and high demands, which leads to insecure attachment. Overall, a nurturing, attuned parental environment can promote adaptive temperament and personality trajectories, whereas harsh, inconsistent, or mismatching caregiving can amplify the risk for defects in theory of mind abilities. Authoritative, sensitive, and responsive caregiving can provide conditions that allow children to explore others' perspectives, while harsh, intrusive, or other types of parenting can counteract for mental state discussions and empathetic engagement. Insecure attachment from permissive, absent, or authoritarian parenting styles can trigger power assertive control and foster antisocial and callous and emotional behaviors that could reflect defects in empathy and mental state reasoning, according to the Glenn study. Despite the extensive research on theory of mind development leading up to this point, there are some gaps in how individual differences and caregiving contexts are integrated into a single framework. Much of the existing literature within the last 10 years has examined children's temperament and personality traits as predictors of theory of mind outcomes, or has separately demonstrated the role of attachment security and parenting behaviors, such as sensitivity and mental state talk, in supporting social cognitive development. However, fewer studies have explicitly tested how these factors can cooperate together, particularly whether attachment styles and parenting quality moderate the relationship between a child's personality traits and theory of mind outcomes. As a result, it's not quite clear why children with similar temperamental profiles can show markedly different theory of mind trajectories. My proposed experiment would like to investigate this further. Building on the established relationship between a child's temperament, personality development, and theory of mind outcomes, my research question is, to what extent do early attachment styles and parenting styles moderate the relationship between a child's personality development and theory of mind outcomes? Differences in attachment security and parenting styles may help explain why children with similar temperament profiles show divergent theory of mind outcomes. My hypothesis is that children with secure attachment and authoritative parenting will demonstrate stronger theory of mind abilities than children with insecure attachment, regardless of temperament. My hypothesis was motivated by research done by Kirk et al. In 2025 that showed that maternal mind-mindedness in infancy, defined by caregivers' tendency to appropriately comment on their child's internal mental states, longitudinally predicted the child's theory of mind performance in early childhood. Similarly, Sediston et al. 2024 found that a parent's use of mental state talk between the ages of 3 to 5 predicted both children's theory of mind performance and rate of developmental growth in theory of mind over time. Together, the studies suggested that secure attachment relationships and authoritative parenting may provide a stable social context that supports theory of mind development for even children who are temperamentally shy or emotionally reactive. My participants would include children between the ages of 3 to 5, a developmentally important period for rapid growth in theory of mind abilities, along with their primary caregivers. Ideally, I would like 100 parent-child dyads. My proposed experiment would be a cross-sectional design with longitudinal follow-ups, including self-reported questionnaires by the parents to measure a child's parenting style, attachment style, similar to the Coupens et al. 2018 study with 19 items. A standardized parental questionnaire to measure a child's temperament and personality, effortful control, negative affect, and affiliativeness. The next part would be to conduct theory of mind tasks for the children. The Callahan et al. 2005 false belief task is quite good, as well as a modified 4-step theory of mind scale originally made by Wellman and Liu in 2004 and modified for child test takers by Sedishel et al. In 2024. The analysis would use data from the demographic questionnaires and the results of the theory of mind tasks to find direct associations between temperament and personality traits and theory of mind performance, and examine whether attachment, security, and parenting style would alter the strength of these associations. In the results, I would expect that child's personality traits, particularly effortful control and affiliativeness, would be positively associated with theory of mind performance. Children with high degrees of negative affectivity would show weaker theory of mind outcomes on average. However, the associations are predicted to vary in function of caregiving context. Specifically, children with secure attachment and sensitive parenting styles are expected to show stronger theory of mind performance regardless of temperament, to support my earlier hypothesis. The implications of these findings would support interactionist models of development, demonstrating that theory of mind emerges through a combination of biological factors and relational environments. The results would extend existing research by clarifying how attachment and parenting styles moderate and influence the temperaments of children in their socio-cognitive development. Practical implications would help us to understand these moderating processes and how we can intervene early on when a child is struggling with their theory of mind development. Parental programs that promote sensitivity, mental state talk, and secure attachment can help buffer temperament-related risks for delays in theory of mind development. To conclude, theory of mind traits and development are formed through a child's temperament and personality as a foundation, but these traits don't happen in isolation. Attachment, security, and parenting quality and style shape these conditions under which personality characteristics translate into socio-cognitive strengths or vulnerabilities in theory of mind outcomes. By examining these processes together, my proposed experiment hopes to highlight the importance of early caregiving environments in supporting children's understanding of each other's minds. Here are my sources and references. Thank you so much for listening.